Kyle David Houston Scarlett, 24T644170. Is it just a B and a C file?
Your Honor, I believe that he has one driving license suspended and 2 accompanying civil infractions.
Okay, that was stuck back there. A, B, and C. Your name?
Kyle Houston Scarlett.
How many times am I going to adjourn these?
Your Honor, he has actually made some forward progress. I believe that he made a payment yesterday. He just has to make an outstanding late fee payment. So I'm asking for one final adjournment. I've made it clear that if he's not able to solidify getting his license reinstated.
Last adjournment, Mr. Scarlett, Houston Scarlett. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I understand. Can I say something?
I'm giving you at least 3. No, all right, I don't want to hear it. January what, Lisa? 16th?
16th at 9:30.
Get this taken care of. Last one. You got it?
Yeah, I've been trying to pay for it. Like
all right, we'll try harder because that's the last one I'm giving you. Good luck.
It's either this or we don't eat.
Like I literally can't afford to survive right now. Nobody will listen to me.
Mr.
I don't
Houston,
even know who the
that's enough.
prosecutor is.
You got your adjournment, Mr. Houston. Stop speaking.
I don't want an
nice
adjournment.
day.
I don't want an adjournment though. This is what nobody's understanding. Like I've tried.
Slow down.
I can't
Just
afford
slow
this
down.
shit, man.
Slow down.
I have a child at home. Dude.
Hey. Do you understand what I'm going to tell you?
I have a
You're
newborn
going to
baby
have
at home, dude.
stop.
Like
Just
nobody's
stop.
listening. I need help. I have no support. I've filed
Stop.
for assistance.
I'll tell you what, you're going to have a lot bigger problem. You keep interrupting me. Just slow down. Take a deep breath and relax. Let me look at your file.
Dude.
Stop it.
Not fair,
Grow
man.
up.
Dude, like,
Stop. What does he have to pay?
Your Honor, you just got an outstanding late fee. He made a payment yesterday, and
I just want to
Judge,
plead
he's
guilty
upset.
and get it over with.
I've had it. That's enough. Just let me talk to your lawyer for a second. Nobody's trying to railroad anybody here.
Your Honor, in this circumstance, if he gets that last payment, he'll be in a position to have this reduced to a 0-point offense, which will be beneficial,
Right.
and also, more likely than not, get a civil infraction reduction. At this point, it would not be in his best interest to rush the case based on pleading guilty as charged, especially when he's granted a Zoom appearance.
I get it. I get it. I know. We make it so convenient now, don't we? I get the feeling at one point, if I'm here long enough, I'm going to be going over to defendants' houses rather than them having to Zoom in. Maybe 3, 4, 5 years, I expect that to happen. Listen to me very carefully. Your lawyer's trying to help you, okay? Just settle down, relax. How much does he owe?
I think less than a few $100s.
What's a
last
few
check.
hundred?
I owe
When I spoke with
$99.
Mr.
I was told the first time that if I set up a payment plan, it would be okay and we could move forward. Then I come back and you tell me it's not good enough. I don't understand.
Your Honor, can you put him in a breakout room? I'll speak to him and explain everything.
Just you got to settle down.
Dude,
You got to
I've
settle
tried.
down.
I'm trying to get this. Nobody will talk to me. I've had 3 different
talk.
attorneys. No one is the same anytime. I have there's no order. I don't understand. Like
Mr. Scarlett.
I paid $300 in 2 weeks. I've tried. I can't
Mr.
afford
Scarlett.
this.
Mr. Scarlett. Settle down. Sometimes we make our bed and then we got to get in it. You follow me? Now
I can't
nobody's
afford
trying-
$1,000 for insurance. I have to feed my
Mr.
daughter. That's why I got
Settle-
pulled over the first time.
Settle down. Don't interrupt me. So did you take care of the ticket out of Wyandotte, the suspension there because you didn't pay your no insurance from August? Did you take care of that ticket yet?
That's what I'm paying. I've paid $250 or something. I owe $99 left. I didn't know there was a late fee. I lost my job.
All right, settle down. So you got to pay $99, right?
Yeah.
And that will give you the clearance as well, the 45. That'll cover your clearance fee, right?
Yes.
All right. Whoever is in the background there, would you please stop talking? Would you please stop? I would not let you do that in court. I've heard you 3, 4 times conversing. You're not his lawyer. I'm sure it's probably your mother, sir. That's fine. But no more of this, please. Just let me handle this. So you got to pay $99. What else do you have to do?
That's it. I've never had it. I have no priors.
All
I have
right.
no tickets.
All
Nothing.
right. So I don't understand why you're getting so upset. That's not that overwhelming. You've got another 3-4 weeks to pay that.
I just paid yesterday.
Paid
money.
what yesterday?
Over $150 yesterday. And they told me that would be fine. My problem is the first time I came to court, my attorney here told me that if I just set up a payment plan and made progress, that this would be fine and we could move forward. And then I come back and they tell me it's not good enough. And then I went in there yesterday and paid my remaining balance, and they told me that I owed more.
All right. That's in Wyandotte. We have nothing to do with Wyandotte. We're not affiliated with the 27th District Court in Wyandotte.
I understand that. So why am I being
Stop
punished for it?
interrupting. Stop interrupting. Nobody's punishing anybody. They're trying to help you get a valid license so you don't continue to drive with a suspended license and then find yourself back in this predicament in a week, a month, 2 months, so it doesn't snowball and continue to snowball. So he's trying to help you. Just stop. I'll give you this adjournment. Figure out a way to pay the $99. Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
I feel sorry for my newborn daughter, who's not being able to eat because
then
I've
you
filed for
take the
assistance through the government, and the government's not helping. I have no car now. I'm not driving. I'm walking to work. It's freezing cold out. There's no feeling sorry for myself. I'm doing my best. I'm the only one working. I'm doing my best. Like, and to be told I'm feeling sorry for myself is kind of just unprofessional.
Knock it off. Knock it off. Do you want to just go talk and plead guilty? That's up to you guys. I could care less. I don't want to hear it. You owe $99. We gave you another adjournment. You pay it by then. You don't want to pay it? You want to just plead? That's up to you. I could care less. Stop arguing. Stop going on and on about your problems that you created. Now, you've got a child, so you're at least on the right track in terms of thinking, I want to make the best for my child. You should have thought about all of this a long time ago. You can't drive without insurance.
I can't afford $1,000 for insurance, sir. I can't afford $1,000. I have a child to feed still, correct?
All right.
Like, okay. I'm not.
All right. You want me to set it for trial, or you want to plead? What you talk to your lawyer. I'm giving you an adjournment until January 16th at 9:30. If you decide, if you want to wait, I'll go through these cases with your lawyer. You guys want to come up with something else, I'll do it. But I'm not going to pay the money for you. I don't make these rules. I don't work for the insurance companies. And I'm not going to argue with you anymore. Stop.
Who is the prosecutor? Can I speak to the prosecutor, though?
No, you've got a lawyer.
Okay.
Just stay right there. We'll put you in a breakout room. You can talk to Mr. Shemke when you're done. Put him in the breakout room, Lisa. Kelly Lynn.
Yeah. Okay. Go. Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go. In the matter of the city of Riverview versus Chandra Hoffman, 2417 and 241544.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Ms. Hoffman. Ms. Hoffman, will you please state your name for the record?
Chandra Hoffman.
Okay, so there's a couple things today. There's an arraignment pretrial scheduled on the new matter from October 17th. And then there's a rescheduled pretrial that you failed to appear for back in April, and it's rescheduled for today because you have this new matter.
See, I don't understand.
Hold on here. Hold on, please. We're gonna get to all that. All right. So, counsel, as to the matter from October, as to the arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading by client Stan Smith. We'd ask that a not guilty be entered at this time.
The court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment. And then as to the pretrial, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. We're just asking simply for a 3-week adjournment. Mr. Carmen's not present here today. He's the one that's first on the case. So to move forward with anything, he needs to be present.
But in any event, we will work on the date for the adjournment. Ma'am, I'm just trying to clarify here. Do you live in Lincoln Park, Trenton? Where is it you live?
Lincoln Park. We used to live in Trenton.
When did you move to Lincoln Park?
3 years ago.
Almost 3.
I'm sorry, who's yelling out from the crowd? You're not on the record, sir.
What's the other question? I'm sorry.
You're not on the record.
Almost 3 years.
Okay, and do you live on 4th Street or is it Fort Park?
4th Street.
We'll adjourn this to January 6th and ask to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Hoffman did appear here today. She assured me she would be appearing at all future court dates. She's not on bond out of any other court. I would just ask for a personal bond on her behalf.
Ma'am, how old is your child?
10.
I'm just going to say this. Your child goes to elementary school at Riverview, correct?
Well, I am homeschooling them now. We've been getting him to see a counselor and stuff. He's got a lot of anxiety and issues going on with him. That's why he misses so much school and hard to get him to go to school. And the doctor's got him trying on medicine, and it's just easier that way.
So once your child was at school,
What do you mean?
when your child was at school, he would be at school and attending his classes, correct?
Correct. But it was hard to get him, it's hard to get him to go to school. Cries, fights, I mean,
But while he was at school, he was there attending classes, doing work and otherwise, right?
yeah. But having a hard time doing it. He's not, like, up to, I guess, the same level as them. He has a lot of times, like, issues in reading. And it kind of like, I don't know, it upsets him because he doesn't like not to be with the other kids are, and I don't know, he just feels embarrassed.
Okay, and so do you work with him at home?
Yes. I go to school as well, so we pretty much, you know, we're next to each other and we work together.
Well, on your 2417 matter, the court's going to continue your cash bond. And do you have documentation of what program your child is enrolled in for the homeschooling?
Not on me. I didn't know I needed to bring it.
Ma'am, you're here for attendance issues. And if you're telling this court that he's no longer enrolled in the Riverview Public Schools and you're homeschooling him, perhaps that would be something that we would need to see.
Okay.
What program is he utilizing?
Through Riverview, so
Through what?
it's through Riverview.
Okay, but what's the name of the program?
Riverview, I don't know, just virtual learning.
And how often is he online? Is he getting instruction online or is he only getting assignments?
We
given
see
to
a
him?
teacher, twice a week for 30 minutes. It's more of like a, I guess a well-being, like check or whatever. But I mean, she goes over like a little bit of school stuff with him, but mostly it's just, yeah, just talking about the program.
Okay. Something does not sound as though it's balancing out, and if your child is already behind, it doesn't seem to me that if he was behind with the 5 days of school he's supposed to be receiving instruction, and now he's at home and not receiving any instruction, that seems to be as though he's going to fall behind even further.
I only did this because of his days, and I didn't want to get any more trouble.
Okay, but
Because
that
it was hard to
doesn't seem to
get
be in
him to
his best
school.
interest. Sir, you can step out. You can step out.
The teacher even agreed with me that it would be best that I did take him out for at least for this year until we got his anxiety and everything okayed with, you know, after, you know, seeing the counselor and stuff.
The teacher thought it would be better for your son to be out of school, not receiving any education.
He's not, he is receiving education from me.
So Are you a certified teacher?
No, but I mean, I have all the stuff that the school gave me to teach him. It's better than him not going to school at all and missing.
And do you work during the day, ma'am?
No,
You attend school
yes.
in person?
I have, I go 3 days a week, well, like virtual.
Okay, and so what are your hours of classes?
They're about an hour a day, well, hour each time. So 3 hours altogether.
And you don't work?
No,
And so how do you support the two of you?
Dad, they just kicked out.
Okay, you all live together?
Yeah.
All right, the court's going to continue your cash bond on the 2417 matter. The 241544 matter, the court's going to order $5,000 personal bond. I'm going to order that you are to submit proof of enrollment by 4 p.m. today in the online schooling. And then you'll also have to submit weekly proof, ma'am, of your child's attendance. And
Where do I
assignment-
send it to?
And assignment completion.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Just make sure you take
Court calls the case, People versus Lawrence Watkins.
Mike Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Watkins, who's present. Judge, state your name, Mr.
Lawrence
Watkins.
Watkins.
Your Honor, at this time, I believe Mr. Watkins will be waiving his preliminary examination.
Before we do that, we have a violation report. Do you see that?
Yes, Your Honor, I did see the report.
What do you want?
Your Honor, I did, I received the report yesterday. I haven't seen any of the underlying tests. It's my understanding that there was a positive test for cocaine several weeks or in mid-November, if my recollection serves me right. He was counseled for that. It was he has not had any other positive tests since. There has been multiple tests. Your Honor has the report.
I do.
Your Honor, Mr. Watkins reports that he has not used cocaine. He has not used marijuana since being ordered not to. And those, that's why I was hoping to.
Hold on, before he says that, if you want me to call over and get the amount.
Well, that's what I was wondering, Judge, if the lab amounts were going, if the amounts were going down progressively with each test, that would be indicative of.
Can I speak, Simpson? You can if you want to, but you might want to let your attorney talk to you.
No, I don't mind speaking at all. I mean, as far as the marijuana, Mr. Simpson, like I said, since the day I've been going over there, I haven't smoked weed since. And I have no reason to lie to you. Why'd I lie to you? I can just tell you the truth. I would just tell you, yes, I smoked, but I haven't smoked marijuana since. As far as the cocaine, like I told my attorney, I was going through my old clothes. Like I wouldn't lie to you. I would have no reason to lie to you at all. I'm doing great in my life. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I showed up to court. You didn't have to put a warrant out for me.
Can you order the results of the marijuana? I need levels.
Yeah, please. I haven't smoked at all, period, Mr. Simpson. If I did, I would tell you. I have no reason to lie to you. And I can just simply say, yeah, I smoked. I slipped up here and there. But I never have. I never smoked since the day I've been through the report. Not one time. Not one time have I smoked, period. Not once.
So what's up with the cocaine?
I told you, like I was going through my clothes. I can talk. I don't mind talking. And I found some cocaine in my pocket. The only thing I did was took it out of my pocket, Mr. Simpson. That's all I did, and took it straight to the. I could have sold it. I could have did a whole lot of stuff with it. But I told you I'm doing so good in my life right now. I took it straight to the toilet stool and flushed it. I have no reason to lie, Mr.
So
Simpson.
why is it showing up in your system?
I don't know. I just touched it, Mr. Simpson. I never used cocaine in my life, ever. Just touching it.
You know,
Mr. Simpson, I would never.
Listen. I've been doing this for a minute. I can't believe you're like an amoeba. What are you absorbing it through your skin like
Yes,
that?
Mr. Simpson.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Simpson, I promise you.
Give me the levels on the cocaine too, please.
Yeah, please, Mr. Simpson. I wouldn't lie to you. I have no.
Okay.
Why would I
So
lie to you?
here's what I'm. Yes. Who's
The
lying?
levels for the cocaine were actually included in the original report the court has. It's just, it's pretty small print. It does say 162 nanograms per milliliter for the cocaine.
Oh, I see it. They put it in there.
And it was confirmed.
And I sent that to I had.
So,
Go ahead, Mr. Simpson.
I don't know how you get 152 million. How do you do that?
Can I talk, Mr. Simpson?
I would.
Well, you've been talking.
No, listen, please, let me clear this up to you. There's no
You're
way.
not doing a very good job.
Mr. Simpson, I know you want him to talk, but let me talk, please.
No, I'll let anybody talk that wants to talk to me. I'm just telling you, you are not helping yourself.
I know, I don't see how, since I would never lie to you, ever. Ever. I've never used cocaine in my life. Only thing I did was touch it. Ms. Willard was right there when I showed her. And I took it straight to I don't know if it stayed in my system when I flushed it or whatever, but I could take a lie detector test. I never used cocaine in my life, Mr. Simpson.
How does it stay in your system when it didn't get there?
When it didn't get there.
You took cocaine out of some old clothes.
Right.
Took it right from there to the bathroom.
I didn't say old clothes out of a jacket I had that was in storage, Mr. Simpson. I would never.
And then I know you would never lie to me.
Okay.
And so then you didn't do anything with that cocaine.
Mr. Simpson,
and then somehow or another that gets into your system at these levels.
Mr. Simpson.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
Okay,
tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna wait for the levels to come across. In the interim, Mr. Allen, take him back, put him in, and then we'll bring you back out. And then I'll do that.
Okay.
I'd let you talk.
I know. Can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
Listen, Mr. Simpson, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I call every week and go drop, right? If I'm using cocaine, there's no way in the world I would have went over there and dropped. I would have came in, I would have called over there, told him something, and missed the whole thing, Mr. Simpson. I would have missed it. I would have made an excuse. I would have went to the hospital. Or I could have said this. Oh, somebody put some cocaine in the weed, and I accidentally smoked. And it was in the weed. I could have told you all of that. But I'm telling you the honest to God truth, Mr. Simpson. The honest to God truth. I did not smoke no weed. And if I did that, I could have told you that. You're a fair guy. You've been fair with me every time I came in here. Every time I ever came and seen you, you always been fair with me. So I wouldn't stand in front of you and lie to you. And if I did use cocaine, I would ask for help. I've been doing good for 18 months, period. Working every day, taking care of Miss Willard grandmother for 10 months straight. I never lied to you, Mr. Simpson. I wouldn't do that when I know I can ask you for help.
Okay. I'm going to get levels and then deal with your case at some other point. But right now you're going to go with my bailiff. We'll get that information and then we'll bring you back out.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Simpson.
Unless you want me to.
No, I don't.
Okay,
really
but if you
don't.
keep talking, it's going to be tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Okay, stop talking. Good, there we go. Okay, I know you wouldn't lie to me. I'm an amoeba. Leave me alone. I'm not going to read these files. I'm just going to absorb them. What? Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Lawrence Watkins.
Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Mike Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor, who's standing here on my right. State your name.
Lawrence Watkins.
All right. Couple of things. First of all, we have sent to counsel the levels.
Yes, Your Honor, I did receive I did receive them both by email and a printout, and I have shown them to Mr. Watkins. I would. They do. This is for THC. I'm assuming it's for the metabolite, not active. They do show that they are progressively going down, and then they. Well, this document speaks for itself. Obviously, there is a slight jump from 1210 to 1217, of about,
Slight,
well, I mean,
okay.
well, when
As
we look at
compared
the,
to where it was, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, it's 28. I think the bar graph is probably, it starts at 60. I mean, if it started at 0, 1210 and 1217, 1210 would be about 2/3 the size of 1217, not 1/10. So, but it does, I don't know if certain things, obviously our body metabolizes things at a different rate. There's a significant reduction in the late month of in late November. And I don't know if these metabolite levels can go up with things like hydration or just how active we've been in the way our body's metabolizing. I do know that since October 29th is even in the worst case scenario, these levels have gone down well over 100 and looks like over 130 points. I'd ask the court to, if the court's concerned about this,
He needs to just tell
test.
me, and I don't mean to interrupt you, Mr. Getty, but he needs to just tell me the truth. I mean, that, we can sit there and play this game, but the cold-hearted reality of what happened is he almost goes down to a 0 after it kind of falls off, and then all of a sudden it just shoots back up. Then he's trying to tell me that on the 19th of November, that all of a sudden this cocaine through some osmosis process, I don't know how that all of a sudden just gets into his system. So he's just got to start being honest and don't sit up here and say, I wouldn't lie to you, Mr. Simpson, because this tells me you did.
Mr. Simpson, I would take a lie detector test for you. I would go over there.
I'm done.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd ask the court to, it looks like he's been testing every 7 to 8 days, maybe increase it to 2 or 3 times a week to allow him to demonstrate that these levels will continue to go down and that there will be no further cocaine tests. Maybe bring us back in 2 weeks, revisit this issue on a adjourned PCC if the court's inclined to do that. This was going to be a waiver today, but I can understand the court's concern.
I'm going to adjourn him out 1 week to the 26th, 2024, 9 a.m. This time based upon what the court sees, defendant's bond is revoked, he's remanded.
Your Honor, if I could say, one other thing is that he's been working steady for the last 18 months. He is a caregiver for his significant other's mother. His life is a much markedly different thing now than it was even in October. This is
well, he needs to tell me the truth.
Hold up, Mr.
I mean, no, you hold up. Don't tell me to hold up. You sit up there and tell me.
I'm not lying to you, Mr. Simpson.
Oh, we don't want to do that. We're done. We're done.
Did I smoke weed, baby?
We're done.
I never.
We're done.
Listen, I'm not lying to you.
You do not yell at me.
I'm not lying.
Do not yell at me ever.
Hold up.
No, you do not hold up.
I'm telling you,
Do not talk to me that way. You do not talk to me that way.
I'm not talking
ever.
Be disrespectful.
Ever.
But I came in here when I was full of garbage. You worked with me. Now I'm telling you the truth, and you telling me I'm lying to you? I have no reason to lie to you, and I know I can tell you the truth. When I used to come in here and I had nothing to stand on, you gave me every chance in the world, Mr. Simpson.
I did. That's why I
can't believe it.
Why I expect the truth from you.
That's what
I'm looking at the graphs.
Even when I came in here, I was full of garbage, Mr. Simpson. You let me go. I'm telling you the truth now, and you think I'm lying to you? I'm taking care of her grandma. I've been doing this for 10 months straight. I've been working. I'm paying child support. I got my name on the lease on the house. I never came in front of you and I had these things accomplished. Now you think I would lie to you? When I know that you're a man and let me finish talking, please. I didn't mean to yell at you, Mr. Simpson. I got the utmost respect for you, and I always have. I'm sorry. But I wouldn't lie to you, Mr. Simpson. I promise you, I'm so sorry for raising my voice, but I wouldn't lie to you when I know I can tell you the truth.
Don't ever do that to me.
I'm sorry,
No,
Mr. Simpson.
Shut up right now. You don't ever do that to me.
I'm so.
No, shut up.
I can't believe you doing.
And I know my mom taught me better than that, but you better shut up.
I can't believe you
Shut up and turn around. Just shut up. I sat up there and I listened to you. I did all of that. I don't believe your story about the cocaine. What I was serious, do not say another word, because if you say another word, you're gone. I'm done. I went over and I said I was hoping that the graphs would come back and they would indicate to me that you had not used THC. I was hoping there was something in your story.
Man, I ain't lying to you. Hey, babe, what's the phone number? I'm sorry, just take me easy. Babe, what's the phone number?
Go.
What's your phone number, babe?
Just go.
He said, yeah, man, I'm tired, man. I ain't lying to him. You think I'm lying to you? Just take me down, man. I ain't not lying to him, man.
Ma'am, I'll hear from you, but he's not here. I'll hear from him. What's your name?
Amanda Marie Willard. But I don't know about the cocaine issue. I wasn't around for that. We got into an argument and he left, and then he came back and said that he dropped 30 for that. The weed he has not smoked at all since I've been since he had to start dropping.
Can I just say?
I don't understand why he came in here and was like that. But ever since we've got together, he hasn't been in the streets. He hasn't been selling drugs. He's got a job. He helps me take care of my grandma who has Alzheimer's. I can't have him locked up. I don't have nobody else to help me take care of my grandma right now. He's really not doing anything but working, and he stays home with my grandma when I'm at work, and that's it. He doesn't even leave the house.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I've worked with him before. And the thing is, what I saw today, I've seen before with him. What I was hoping, one of two things. One, that he would just really tell me the truth. And then, if not, and if he was actually being truthful with me, particularly about the marijuana use, I don't believe about the cocaine use. And I get what you're saying. You weren't there and whatever. I get it. That what he was telling me was the truth. But then I get the levels. And I'll just describe it to you this way. He's at a certain level, he goes down, and then it levels off. Okay, then he drops to basically almost zero. And then, what was that, the 17th? I want to get the dates right for you. And then the 17th, he pops back up again.
Well, I can't explain.
And so
I just know that he lives with me and my grandma. He's not smoked though at all. So I don't understand that part. I don't know. Okay, so does he have a bond? Can I pay his bond right now? I have to be to work at 5 and I have nobody to sit with my grandma. I don't know what to do right now. He's not a drug addict. He doesn't get high. I'm a heroin addict and I've been sober for 6 years. I wouldn't be with somebody that uses drugs right now. And I wouldn't have him taking care of my 84-year-old grandma either. I wouldn't leave her alone with him if he was selling or using drugs. I smoke marijuana, but I am not on probation or anything. I can drop clean for everything except for that. And I thought he could too, but I don't know. Can I just pay a bond or something?
Oh, dear God. Are you from Milan?
Yeah, you know who I am.
I know. Oh, man.
We just went through a whole court thing with my grandma. My mom was neglecting my grandma. She has Alzheimer's. And I went to court and won in court. We won in court to get her. And I just don't have anybody, no brothers, no sisters to help me take care of her.
Stop. Is that the grandma that was taking care?
Yeah, my grandma Susie, she told me to tell you hi. She said you have to be about her age by now.
Wow. Okay.
I
But
said
that's
no.
grandma that was running after all of you Willard kids.
Yeah. I'll be responsible for him.
Hold on. Don't do that.
I will. You
No.
can take my whole check right now.
How much can you pay him, man?
I have 200 on me right now, and then I get paid tonight. I'll have 600 in the morning. And then he gets paid tonight at midnight.
Good Lord, I don't even know why. I'm gonna set his bond at 5,000. I'll give him a 10% privilege, so you need to pay 500. But I'm gonna tell you what. You've been before me before. Probably every Willard has been before me. You know how I am. So you better talk to him. If he comes in here again yelling at me, not listening, trying to manipulate and do whatever, I'm revoking it. I'll leave it, his bond, to next week. But I'm going to trust you on one thing, and that is that you go talk to him, that you talk to him and tell him, I'm not playing. He knows that.
Can I talk to him right now?
No. So he's going to go down. It'll be $500. He's got to post. Post it by that time, okay?
By what
Yes,
time?
you can post it tomorrow if you can't come up with 500 tonight, when you said you get your check and you have the 200.
Well, where can I pay it at?
You can pay it at the jail. You have to pay it at the jail because it
Down
wrapped
there or up front
I
here?
think it's up front.
Okay.
During business hours and stuff.
Yeah, it's right during business hours. It's up front. Where is it after hours? IITR down there. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm gonna trust you. All right.
Well, I mean, I feel like if I can get my life together after 20 years of street, so can he, and he's working so hard to set himself back. I don't know why he just came in here and showed out like that. I really don't.
I don't need.
I really don't know why he did that.
Then you need to talk to. I'm gonna trust you to talk to him about.
I swear I'm gonna do more than talk
Because
to
you
him.
know how I am, and I'll be straight with you. I'll do what I got to do, but you're not gonna come in here treating me like that.
No, I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna leave that part to you. I'm gonna trust that you're gonna do what you got to do. All right.
Okay.
Tell your grandma I said hello.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
15-23665 is now called the State of Texas versus Khalil Sean Robinson. That's you, present with your attorney, Ms. Holmes, and the state's attorney. We have this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
We postponed this a while to get some phone records that,
Yeah.
that's what got the
amended and
aggravated robbery dismissed was.
Right, in summary, this first amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation handed up or filed on August 31st of 2023. Over a year ago now, going on a year and 4 months.
Yes, sir.
In summary, this states that on March 28th, 2016, in this court, the defendant was placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for burglary of a habitation. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make today during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Is that true, what I just said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what the record shall show. Here we go.
Number 1 was dismissed, so we're abandoning it. Pleading true to 2, 3, and 5, I believe. And then the first amended was dismissed, so we're abandoning it.
2 states you committed the offense of illegal possession of a controlled substance on or about August 21st, 2022 in Jefferson County, Texas, in violation of your probation order. Is that true?
Yes, sir. And I guess I'll just do 5 because 3 of the
5 states that you provided a urine sample on or about April 28th, 2022, May 25th of 2022, and June 28th of 2022, which showed the presence scientifically of synthetic marijuana in violation of condition 10 of your probation order. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to allegations 2 and 5 in this motion to revoke probation? voluntarily and because they are true as they are alleged. You understand? By a plea of true, knowingly, and voluntarily made to one or more violations of probation, that is enough to grant these motions to revoke probation. Your probation can be revoked. You can be found guilty and sentenced to the full range of punishment, which in this case was a second-degree felony. So you're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 20 years confinement in prison. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily.
There's no agreement, Judge.
You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. With no agreement, right?
Correct, Judge. We kind of talked about it a little bit.
You agreed to dismiss the case.
Yes, sir.
That other case. So that,
Yes, sir.
in fact, I'll wipe that off the record right there. How's that? Before we forget, we don't want to forget. Children.
Just from the state of Texas on this one, he's been in jail for a long time, 1.5 years, and spoke with probation. They don't have a problem with supervising him again. The possession charge is a misdemeanor and will be taken care of.
How long have you been in custody now?
Around 16, 17 months.
So we thought we might hold it in advance and see how he does for 6 months and kind of let him out, and do JCDI to kind of help with the drug problem issue.
All right, I'm looking at this report. Fortunately, it's not the only police report of an incident here. But this one dated 8/21/2022. That I guess for which the defendant pleaded true.
Yes, sir.
And on my watch, while you're on this court's probation here, they came upon you, stopped at a stoplight, and you were out of it. You were hunched over the steering wheel, and a black pistol was next to you. On removing the pistol, resident was not in holster due to his intentionally knowingly reckless killing of the case. And then 2 clear plastic bags containing brownish green substance in his right change pocket with an aromatic odor believed to be synthetic marijuana. Okay. You're doing that on this court's watch when you're on probation, right? And then you have these numerous urine samples which test positive for synthetic marijuana.
That's why I'm recommending JCDI.
Plus, this is happening at 3 a.m. You have a curfew too, so you won't at the house there.
I understand.
Why is it alleged that he committed this aggravated robbery on July 26th? Why did the grand jury indict that?
Because
there was no reason to do that.
There was a lady that testified she was selling shoes. She met the defendant. They robbed her, took her guns and her shoes. When Miss Holmes got her phone records to show where she was nowhere in the vicinity. She was in Orange. She actually lied about where she was, or at least the evidence shows she wasn't where she was supposed to be. And she waited 2 hours before she called the police. There was another incident with her sons involving Mr. Robinson and some other people where they got into a disagreement, and that's what I think where that all came from.
That was all false.
And so we're looking into that, yes, sir.
Somebody needs to be.
But that's why we had to dismiss it, because I cannot prove it, because the phone record shows she was in Orange County when this
charged here.
Yes, sir.
It's not him. If he's not,
yes, sir,
culpable, that this is terrible. I mean, a grand jury indicts it, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
yes, sir.
That's terrible misuse of the government.
Yes, sir.
To go after people? That's not right. You're nodding vigorously. Okay, but back to this. So we're not transitioning his probation or anything like that. He's going to stay on deferred, and he can get into this kind of trouble while on probation. I mean, that's kind of odd. We're treating him a little differently.
Well, Your Honor, I think part of it is he has been on probation since.
Committed a crime while on probation. And so what do we do? What's the message we send? What's fair for one is fair for all. Everybody gets a 3 1 or 2 or 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really? Synthetic marijuana is terrible. But we're going to be fair. The rules are going to apply to everybody fairly. I mean, here we are, the Khalil Robinson rule. We're going to start that one. We can, but it's down a trail we don't go under normally. I mean, somebody pays a price. It's not a punishment you're going to have to remain on deferred probation. You're going to continue. That's not a punishment. That's not accountable for committing crimes. I mean, you're operating a motor vehicle out of it at 3 a.m. You're on a public street. You're so knocked out with illegal drugs, and we're going to just turn a blind eye on that?
No, sir. And
what are we doing? Keeping him on probation. Wow.
Ms. Holmes and I talked about a lot of that.
Well, it's on my probation.
And I understand, but we felt like the 18 months in jail plus he's had some losses in the family. We let him out on a furlough for a funeral, and he actually came back, checked in plenty of time before he was due to come back in. And
he's supposed to do that.
Yes, sir. I know he's supposed to.
Don't reward people for what they're supposed to do.
But that is after this crime was committed, and it looks like he's had, according to him and to his attorney and everything we've seen, that he's had a change in some of his attitude and his heart that maybe if we could correct the drug problem, we could correct the situation.
And we would like you to take into consideration while on probation, he's been on probation since 2016, and 2022 was a terrible year, but to his credit, has completed all of his community service and was doing very well up until obviously he started using marijuana. But we would like the court to take into consideration him completing his community service, and he has about a year left on probation. About a year and a half left on probation.
What's the probation officer saying? Ron.
Your Honor, prior to the arrest, my supervision of him was not bad. He was reporting as instructed. He was recently, prior to all this, he started testing positive for THC. We did try to address it in administrative staffing in May. And then he tested positive again the following month. But then the following month after that, he was clean, or he was negative. That was the month that he got the first charge. He had completed community service. He was reporting. He was attempting to pay fees the best he could. The only other issue I had with him was employment. He was not showing employment, which we were in the process of trying to work on that, do some job searches and stuff like that. And then, like I said, this happened in August, and it just kind of, here we are, I guess. But it's, prior to all this, he was doing fine as far as reporting, and he had completed community service and not really, marijuana wasn't on my radar until really around April of 21.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just not any kind of marijuana. It's synthetic, which is hallucinogenic to the worst degree. It's terrible stuff. It's just not where people minimize, well, it's just marijuana. This is synthetic marijuana. And he's in a 4,000-pound missile at 3 a.m, knocked out behind the driver's wheel at an intersection, I guess. Yes. Who thinks that so we're going to say this is all fine. We're just going to continue on our probation. And I know he's spent some time here, but when did this occur? When was the thing with the motor vehicle?
2022.
2022. Yes, sir.
Maybe, Your Honor, if you would consider, if you allow him to continue his probation, if the court deems he may need wear a drug patch, or in addition to being in the JCDI program.
Okay. What are you suggesting, Mr. Barksdale?
If he's continued on probation, I would recommend successfully completing JCDI program and follow up that with a high medium risk caseload. If the court elects.
I think this is a bad idea. All right. Probation is continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you are, sir,
Mr.
Westbrook, in 18-29522. David Grove is here. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. There's a motion to revoke probation filed as of March 21st of this year. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
In summary, this states that on September 17th, 2018, in this court, you were sentenced to 10 years in prison, probated for 10 years for evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle, a third-degree felony. Is all of that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, I see on 10/21/24 you pleaded true to.
Yes, sir, but that was withdrawn after.
Court told us you would not go along with
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So do we go over this again?
Yes, sir.
I think it probably would be, we have an increased time period from the last one, and I think probably the court be beneficial to go over it, make sure the record's clear.
Answer is yes, we need to go over the.
Okay. This states that on January 10th, 2024, in a telephone conversation with the probation office, Jefferson County Probation, you failed to conduct yourself in a professional and courteous manner at all times, especially when interacting with staff and community supervision officers or representatives, in that you told probation officer Jeannie LeBlanc, you can take your probation and tie a pretty little bow around it and shove it up your, and I'm not even going to dignify it, but it's vulgar. I have already reported you to federal authorities about F-wording up my extraditions. This is in violation of condition 14 of your probation order, which states, and all probation are held to this standard under their probation orders, that you will conduct yourself in a courteous and professional manner at all times, especially when interacting with court officers and staff, probation officers and staff, law enforcement officers and attorneys. Well, that's about as vulgar and disrespectful as it gets in allegation 1. How do you plead to that again? Sir?
Guilty.
True? Or are you reaffirming your plea of true that you earlier made on October 21st of 2024? Are you sincerely stating that that allegation is true as it is alleged?
Yes, sir.
So you're pleading true voluntarily and because it is true.
Yes, sir.
You understand, by a knowing and voluntary plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that's enough to grant the motion to revoke probation. Your probation could be revoked and you can be sentenced to no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison.
Yes, sir.
Understanding that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you were pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true.
Yes, sir.
Number 2 states you failed to provide Jefferson County Probation with your personal telephone number and email address as requested. And that's in violation of 22, which is also provide all records and documents requested by the supervising officer within 30 days of their request. Is that allegation true or untrue?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to that voluntarily and because it is true?
Yes, sir.
And finally, 3, this states you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office by mailing in report or online for the month of January 24th, which was in violation of condition 4 of the special amendment order, which is report as directed by your probation officer and obey all rules and regulations of the probation office.
It was a special amendment dated January 8th of 24, I believe.
This is signed by me and you and Ms. LeBlanc, which states that we were courtesy supervising, sending you to Georgia where you wanted to be supervised. Report number 4 in this order dated January 8th of 2024. Report to the Jefferson County Probation Office once a month by mailing in report forms or as otherwise instructed. And how do you plead to this by failing to do that in January of 2024? Are you pleading true to that again voluntarily and because it is true as it is alleged? All right, what else? Anything else to add on the balance?
Mayor.
All right, go ahead. What does anybody else want to add here? Is there an agreement?
I have an agreement, Jim.
Okay. So the court will make a finding that allegations 1, 2, and 3 have been proven true today based upon a preponderance of the evidence or greater to the motion to revoke probation filed on March 21st, 2024, based upon the testimony and the record in this case. An agreement's been reached where your probation would be now revoked. You would be sentenced to 7 years in prison. Is that your understanding? You would be given credit for all time served in accordance with this case. If I follow this agreement, sir, which I intend to do, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Sir.
Your probation is hereby revoked based upon the representations of the evidence and the findings of this court, allegations 1, 2, and 3, and this motion to revoke probation filed March 21st, 2024 is granted as 1, 2, and 3 are proven true by a preponderance of the evidence or greater. Your probation is hereby revoked. You are now sentenced in accordance with this agreement to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 7 years. You understand? It's like kind of
yes, sir.
over a year.
So I'm completely done with Texas once I finish my prison sentence. Yes.
I don't see anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, hold on. That lady, this lady deserves better respect than you gave her. Did you want to say anything? While this lady is
I
here.
apologize for being rude on the phone to you and you called my dad anytime.
You have to understand. They want everyone, including you, to succeed. And when you said that insult, you were essentially insulting yourself. But she and the other probation officers are very special people. I'm honored to work with them because they want success. They want humans who make mistakes to fix their problems and move on and be the best they can be. You most importantly. And that's not, she did not deserve that. No, they don't deserve disrespect because they have a great record of success for you and other probationers.
Thank you.
All right. That is all.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're going to start bringing people in first. People going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
Come and go. I have no patience for that. And trust me, after today, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.